All right, so Solana is trading at $199.80. It is up 0.85 in the last 24 hours. 24-hour volume is surging as well, but is this a temporary bounce or are we gearing up for a bigger move? Let's go right to it. So starting off on the daily time frame here, we can see that Solana is hovering around the 38% of our Fibonacci at $187. So this area is a crucial area for support here. We saw a few days ago that we found very nice support, kind of backdated to areas of support back here. And now we are testing the 50% of our Fibonacci at $208. Taking a look at this retest here, we're going to take a look at some of our indicators here, starting off with the RSI. Now, the RSI is around 40%, so this does signal some neutral momentum. Price itself can either go up or the price can come down here as it is very neutral. So we're going to lean more towards our other indicators, which we are going to jump into the MACD indicator itself. So we can see the MACD indicator, these histograms or bars are getting smaller in size. So we can almost predict here that the sellers are kind of taking a step back here and giving some room in terms of the buyers. But what we're actually seeing in the characteristics of these candlesticks, they're very small bodied candlestick, almost like dojis or spinning top candlesticks, and closer to an area of resistance. It is a little bit concerning because this shows indecisiveness of both buyers and sellers. Typically coming up to an area of resistance, we ideally want to see bigger candlesticks to show us which dominant side is going to win this kind of war itself. So as we're approaching to an area of resistance and we're seeing these smaller bodied candlesticks, ideally this resistance here is not going to break. It's most likely going to pull back and come down to an area of support, which is the 38% of our Fibonacci at 187. Even though we see momentum in the weakness of our MACD indicators, just be very cautious as our K and our D line is found below our 0. So it does show overall sentiment is still in the seller's hands. In terms of, seeing who has the most momentum, again, we can lean on our CMF indicator as well. We are negative 0.06, which still puts the dominancy hands in the sellers. Now, we're just going to quickly zoom out as well and take a look on the weekly time frame here. Now, we are seeing that we are struggling around our 20 moving average. So this here is a trend setter as well. If we do see a close below our 20 moving average, the trend itself may be in danger as the price may retest further support lines. We do see the momentum itself is favoring the sellers on our MACD indicator, and we see the CMF slowly declining as well. It doesn't really show so much in terms of the RSI. Again, very neutral here in 46%. So what we're going to do here is kind of take a look at how our Bollinger Bands are reacting to see if we are potentially going to go into a consolidation or if we're considered as oversold or overbought. So what we can see is that the Bollinger Bands are contracting closer together. So that means lower volatility here. We're not going to be seeing bigger moves in terms of Solana. Most likely the price itself is going to consolidate, coming up to an area of resistance at $222 if we see some pulls and strength in the buyers, or coming down to our 38% of our Fibonacci at 187 here as an area of support. And we're going to quickly go to the daily time frame, and that's kind of what we're seeing too as well. The Bollinger Bands, the upper band and the lower band are coming closer together. So again, lower volatility. So what I'm seeing for Solana in terms of a price prediction here, if we're able to hold the 187, possible retrace coming down to this area of support, then most likely we may do a side consolidation coming up to the 208 as an area of resistance before we see immediate volume here pick up. And most importantly, we're seeing bigger candlesticks to really show us who's dominant in terms of the bulls or the bears. Now, on a likelihood here for selling pressure, if the 187 here and if we do retest the 187 and the price does not hold, then most likely we're going to come down to this secondary area of support here of 177. We've seen it back here on February 3rd as a retest at the lower band of our Bollinger Band. So those are our two scenarios here. I don't really see this candlestick bursting through the 50% or the 208 price point unless we see a surge in the buyers within the next 24 hours. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Do you think we are going to see a surge in terms of the buyers and break that 208, or do you think we're going to retest the 187 and kind of consolidate sideways before we see an immediate breakout here for Solana? But let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.